I just wanted to give a couple of points of kind of what I think one of the things that's really going to help the Democratic Party. And I think that we have to absolutely own this, is that we are the party of the people. We are the most diverse group. If you went down there to the inauguration last week, for any of you guys that were there wasn't much diversity out in the crowd. You know, I think the only thing that created unity was that everybody had a gun belt on.
Right.
And I think that's the party that we're facing right now. So my message to you is, how did that get people so active and so motivated about their guns? Right now we have people that work in union jobs that care more about their gun than they care about their jobs. They wouldn't be able to afford a gun, especially some of the ones they're buying, you know, because of that. How are we doing our part to make sure that we find those subjects that we're passionate about and then show unity in it? I'm going to say one thing as a Hispanic male. Last week, when kids came out the day right after swearing in, they had kids from all over Fort Worth and Dallas and all these different areas come down for Save House Bill 1403, the DREAM Act. But there wasn't the Democratic diversity that we needed in the crowd. There was some Anglo pastors, there was some black pastors, but there wasn't the diversity that we need. We've got some angry kids out there right now. Just as angry as those people carrying those guns, we've got to support that movement and bring their parents down there. That's something I saw too. There wasn't diversity in age groups. There was young people that unfortunately too many of them don't have the right to vote. But it's something that we as a party can use to get that fire underneath our party, to make us go out and say, I'm passionate about that. Chris Turner just spoke earlier today when you guys read, you know, these hospital bills. You know, these hospital bills getting completely out of control. You know, $20,000 for a hospital room. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. It hurts all of us the same way in our pocketbook. And then we can't put food on our table. Those are the stories that we as the Democratic Party, truly the party of the people, need to go out there and spend and talk to everybody. I'll tell you one thing I think that we all have in common in our Democratic Party above all, is that we're the only ones talking about class. We're the only ones talking about class. We're the only one talking about why is it that we represent the poor. How many people are bumping and thumping on that Bible, but they're not talking about the poor? And any one of us that go to church on Sunday know that the first thing every single one of our preachers are going to say is looking out for the poor, looking out for those that have the least. When we have our conversations, and I know I have plenty of conversations with Republicans, you talk about church, but do you really represent the poor? Show me where your party is representing the poor. We have to have those tough conversations. And to my Anglo friends here today, and I hope that you guys are all my friends, you guys have a much tougher job than I have. I'm just trying to make sure that Hispanics don't turn Republican. Because God knows if that happens, we're in big trouble. Right? But let me tell you something. Down there in the valley, some of those representatives down there in the valley, they're more scared than I am. They're actually telling us the beauty that you have up there in North Texas is you got all those guys over there in Northeast Texas or Northeast Tarrant County creating hate between Hispanics and the Tea Party. They don't have that benefit down there. They have other issues because they only have Democratic candidates. But they see their people starting to fall off. When you see a Republican Hispanic win in San Antonio, when you see a Republican Hispanic win in Houston, those are signs that we really need to start looking out to and paying real close attention to. And believe me, I'm there knocking on those guys going, what happened here? To Marianne Perez, how did you lose? Philip Cortez, how did you lose? What happened? And those are tough conversations that we cannot allow to happen here in Northeast Tarrant County or in central part of Fort Worth, our central cities. I'm not trying to be the gloom and doom guy here. What it requires is hard work. What it requires is hard conversations, not just with Democrats, but with those people that are on that edge, with those people that have used social issues instead of class issues. Because if our party is going to grow, the biggest common denominator amongst all of us is class. We truly are looking out for the people. We truly are trying to make life more affordable as Americans and as Texans here in this state. And I believe that if we continue to share that message with everyone, we can get that turnout like we need within our base, and we can start creating that awareness and that consciousness amongst some of those people that are Republicans on that edge, that even they don't know why they're Republicans. And I know that there's a whole bunch of them. Give me 5 or 10 minutes with them. I'm going to do everything I can to convert them. Because a lot of times they don't know anything else other than the Second Amendment and securing our border. And that doesn't put any more money in their pocket. It doesn't help them pay any of their bills. So just know, I'm working my tail off to make sure that the Hispanic community is absolutely not going to turn Republican. That is a really, real fight that we have on our hands right now. And I'm going to make that my mission. I promise you guys, as I'm out there working, I'm going to work on that every single day. But this is a team effort. We are not going to separate ourselves based upon color, because we all have that one thing in common. We're all in the same class. Today we're in the classroom.
All right.